Alright boys, next daily race is available for us. This is Group 3 around Dragon Trail 2, or reverse. And I'm using the Subaru WRX. Just for fun. I'm not really going all out in the fastest car. I'm just trying to actually have fun with these races, kind of have a low stress environment. But this car is not the fastest in a straight line or in the corners, but it's an easy challenge. So it's very stable and easy to drive as long as you're careful out of the corners. Nothing too crazy happens to this car, but it's also not the fastest, so it's kind of challenging to drive. So if you want a good car to kind of practice with your skills, I definitely recommend this car because, as previously stated, the reasons before. So we're starting from third, Brazilian and American in front of us. Now first place doesn't really have the best connection in the world, and the Brazilian has a decent connection maybe, but you'll see later on there's a bit of mishap going on here. Now starting the race, nothing too interesting really happens. It all kind of kicks off on the second lap. So, and if you're also driving this car, I recommend setting the brake balance forward, because there's a lot of downhill braking in this race. So I have it set to -2 or -2. So if you find that you're having trouble with this car, that could be a solution. So we're just gonna fast forward here through the chicane of death, just kind of driving normally. Nothing crazy happens. Kind of go wide a little bit there, but the BMW kind of isn't also the fastest car in a straight line around this track, or at least I think it isn't, because I was able to catch the car in a straight line kind of easily sometimes. And as for the Porsche, it's always a good car as long as there's not too many straight line sections. So kind of try and go up the inside there. Nothing really happens, nothing comes of it. But the actual first interesting part of the race is comes here, where we're going side by side into the first corner, but nothing really happens of it. There's a little bit of contact, but I do slot in behind him because can't go too wide through the chicane of death. But I bumped the wall there, but I initially go into the corner faster than him. So coming here, I tried to go around the outside, but that really did not work out at all. But he ends up going a little wide at the exit of the corner, so I get a better run up the hill to the S's. Now this is where it kind of gets interesting, to say the least. So I go on the inside, we don't touch at all, and he goes wide and hits the grass. And as you'll see later on, he kind of blames this on me, but we'll take a look at the replay after the race to kind of see what happened. Now I've already seen the replay, and I think it's lag. Just maybe some decent going on caused us to have a bit of contact, because watching the replay, there isn't actually any part where we actually touch, but the game says we do. So we're just gonna fast forward here even faster, because nothing really happens this lap. Kind of gets a bit slow. Just keeping the video short, but still looking at the race itself. Now the Porsche in front is a very good car around here. It's good all around, except maybe on the straights where it lacks a bit. But the Nissan here is also extremely fast, I find. I was racing another Brazilian, ironically, in the GTR, and it is a monster on the straights. This car cannot keep up, even in draft. You have to have a superb exit from the corner to actually keep up with that car. But then again, that car is pretty dominant and OP. Or at least in daily races. I don't know about FIA races, I don't really do those. And those are a better measure of skill, I guess. For the rest of the race, I kind of slot in behind this guy, but I do catch up slightly, but not actually enough to pass or make a move. And we kind of pull away from the guy behind us. So I also race with this free ride guy. He's a pretty cool guy. This one race he didn't have like the best connection, but other races he did have better connections, allowing for better races. So coming up to the last lap, we had a pretty consistent timing, 140s and a 139. Our qualifying time isn't like out of this world. It's like a couple seconds off of the #1 time, and maybe like 1.5 seconds off of the bottom of the top 10. I see a lot of people using the Toyota GR Supra around here because it's pretty good in a straight line and up hills, and negotiating through the chicane. That's where I kind of notice its strong suits. So this is probably the closest I get to P1 in the entire race. So nothing crazy happens. Coming up to the line, we're 7/10 behind, but that's pretty good considering it's a Porsche, and everybody knows how consistent and good the Porsches are when there's no tire wear. So the other racer in question that started second moved down to 7th. Now he did have a pretty good recovery drive. If you were to see during the race, right after the incident, he did drop off the ranking sheet. So did pretty good coming back through the field. I'm not sure exactly what position he ended up in at the end, but after the race there's a few, not really choice words, but not even like a heated argument or anything, just a little bit of maybe some temper flying, but nothing like too crazy. Now fast forwarding the kind of celebration screen, we did come 7th. It wasn't a clean race. I believe it's because I hit the walls, and potentially, probably, maybe the game thought there was a bit of contact between us. But overall, I did have a positive driver rating after this race, so it was clean. Now, I do congratulate the other 2 people around me for the drive. And the P7 also had negative driver rating, but I don't think that was because of our contact. It might have been him coming through the field. And if you see there, he says, thanks to me. Now, I kind of understand where he's coming from. Maybe he thought that I intentionally rammed him, but I stress this enough. I did not in any way try to impede his race whatsoever. I try my best to be a clean driver, and maybe today leg or connection wasn't really on our side, or anybody's side for that matter, kind of ruining this guy's race. So I do tell him that I was recording and to not worry, I'll watch the replay because he kind of says that about me. And I didn't want to kind of be toxic or anything after this race, to kind of keep the tempers down, because I was enjoying this race. I didn't start pole too many times, but I still had good races racing other people around me. Now I did save the replay, so we will take a look at that after we finish kind of debating here. So we're going to start off by looking at the replay from his point of view. Now he was on the outside coming into this corner. It's not the best overtaking spot, but you can get moves done. So there was no contact between us. It kind of, from his perspective, looks like he just went wide and clipped one tire on the grass, causing him to spin. And taking another look at it here, again, no contact. I don't see any unless there's lag. But looking at it from my view now, coming up the inside, I do my best to kind of stay on the inside, and as you can see here, again, no contact. He just kind of goes wide. And we're going to try and look at it from this guy's point of view now. This was the guy that came in third and kind of stayed behind us the entire race. He's a good driver, pretty consistent and clean, which is nice to see from Brazilians. So, kind of shakes there, but again, no contact. It just looks like he went wide. So I don't really understand why this guy kind of went off on me. But if you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Probably do more daily races like this in the future. I'm really getting back into the swing of it. So pretty much to the early 2017 and half of 2018, I was pretty focused on daily races in this game. But then I kind of had one race where it all went wrong, where I went from S driver rating to B and A+ to B again. So anyways, now the grind continues back up. Anyways, thanks for watching.